What's up, everybody? Mark with Ecom Warriors. I want to go ahead and welcome everybody to a new video, maybe the first video of 2021, okay? So welcome, guys. I'm super appreciative that everybody's here, and in return, I'm going to give you guys an amazing video for today. We're going to be talking about part 4, and we're going to be working on the store. So today, we're going to have actually a huge thing going on, which we're going to be working on the product descriptions. You can see here, the product descriptions are a little funky. You know, if I click on them, let's see here, it's just a lot. Now, just guys, do me a favor and kind of ignore this little background. We're gonna be editing this. We're gonna be going through it. But you could see here it says like brand name placement. This is totally an Aliexpress, whatever you want to call it, description. And we're going to be working on the product page as well and things like that. So the first thing we want to do is let's just get this background out of here. So you guys see how it says 1920 by 1080. Oh, by the way, my bad, guys. I forgot to completely say this. We are using the Wolf of Shopify theme. For anybody who doesn't know, the Wolf of Shopify theme is essentially a theme that you can use to get really good high conversion rates on your Wolf of Shopify store. This is a series that we're doing building the store. You guys could see how it looks here. It looks great once you actually put the pieces together. For a lot of people, it might be a little bit complicated to start off with, but if there's no hard work involved, then it's really not worth it. But anyways, let's get into the theme. So, or the work rather. Now, I've said this before, but there's a lot of conversion optimization tactics within this theme that make this theme convert at a higher level. If you want to kind of know the reasons why, you can check out my other videos. I'm not going to go over that today, but I will create a dedicated video about the reasons why the Wolf of Shopify theme will convert higher than the average theme out there. Okay? Now, for people that don't know, this is the Wolf of Shopify website. I will leave, guys, my discount code in the description box down below. So, yes, I am an affiliate, but I'm not making these videos just so I can, make money or be an affiliate. If I wanted to, I could have been an affiliate for Turbo Theme, which I am actually, but I don't promote them nearly as much because with Turbo Theme, they're just not as high converting as Wolf. And if you guys look here, $350, and this theme is, where is it? 125 currently. So the theme is $125 currently, okay? And this theme right here, the Turbo theme, is $350. If I wanted to, I could just promote this theme and make so much more money, but that's not the case for me. For me, I want to actually help people get better conversion rates and show people better options out there. It's not about spending a whole ton of money on a certain Shopify theme. It's about finding the right Shopify theme for your store, and that's actually why I like designing these videos or making these design videos. And guess what, guys? I plan to make many more in the future, and who knows, I might even put the stores that I put up, that I do, and I'm not going to use them, I might put them up for sale. So we'll see what happens. 2021 is going to be a big year for all of us, so let's just work on this store. All right, so you can see here we got this nice little 3 banner set here going, where we have an image followed by some text followed by an image. We have a split banner, which we will be working on to make a little bit better. I'll be honest, the images that I picked could be a little bit better. The selection, the placing could be a little bit better. So we're going to work on these kind of things, and you guys are going to see everything. Here we have a featured product grid. I did not use the cabinet product grid for a reason. And for people that don't know what I'm talking about, the cabinet product grid looks something like this. Let me show you guys here. Let me just pull it up. Bear with me, guys, here for a reason. You guys are going to see what I'm talking about once I pull it up. This is not it. Let's see, product version 3. Here we go, product version 3. This is what you call a cabinet, where it will have multiple different selections. The reason why I'm not is because I only have 2 categories for the store and a very limited amount of products. I have 13 products, right? And so for my 13 products, it wouldn't make sense. I have 2 categories. I have regular chrome wraps and I have chameleon chrome wraps. So it just wouldn't make sense for it to, it wouldn't work out, at least from a design perspective. So we have a trending section, which is good. By the way, anybody who's asking about this product design, you can always edit this design, this little thing. And I showed that last episode, so make sure you check that out. But and like I said, you know what, guys, I'll just pull this up for you. All right, let me search here. Wolf of Shopify Ecom Warriors. This is my YouTube channel, guys, right here, Ecom Warriors. You could see here, we've been making episodes. So any kind of thumbnail you see with this little green and rainbow Dropshipping 2021 is this exact series. All right, so let's get into it. So the first thing we need to do is we need to edit the product page. So if I just go over here on the Shopify homepage with the editing page, you see here a little drop down. Let's click on product pages, and it's going to take us to a page that is our product page, right? So what I'm going to do is there's an option that the Wolf theme gives you, is like you can add a background to your image, to your store. I personally don't want this background. I don't want to add a background, and I'll just show kind of what it looks like. Like if I select an image here, and let's just say I select this, it's going to look like this, right? It took this image, put it in the background. I personally don't want that. There's a time and place of when this would work, and this is not the situation which it would work, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on product extended here, and let's see how it looks. Okay, so now it's white. If I hit save, by the way, it's not going to look like this. It's going to be a little bit different, but we could select product sidebar. So basically what product sidebar looks like is there's going to be a sidebar here of an image with, I guess, some selections over here, right? Bestsellers, all this kind of stuff. It's going to show the product images here, and then it's going to show the description here. This is exactly the look that I'm going for now, right? So I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to save our progress. And this is going to be a little bit different than what a lot of people see typically, okay? Now, notice how we have a counter here, and I added this little fire emoji. This is optional. You guys can add it yourself. But notice how the store looks, right? So, we have, all the images are clearly visible, okay? Clearly visible. We have a slider here. We can change the slider, but we have this sidebar here. This sidebar is going to come in really good use, and I'll show you guys what I'm going to use this for. And you guys are actually going to be surprised. You guys are going to love this. And this is probably going to be for a future episode. But we have our description, which we will be editing. We have a special offer box. So what this special offer box, just so everybody knows, is it doesn't have to actually say special offer. We can change the text the way we want it to change. And we're actually going to do that, and I'll show you guys how to do that in future episodes or this episode. We'll see how it really comes out, right? Because I don't have a script for this. I just do this off the cuff, 20 minutes per episode, and yeah, all right? So we have a counter here. What this stock counter is going to do is, or this is not a stock counter. This is a sold counter. What this represents is social proof, okay? What social proof essentially is it's a cognitive bias. It's a way that human beings naturally think. Through years and years and years and years and years of evolution, we humans tend to think similarly about things. So, for example, if there was a pandemic tomorrow, okay, and the news said, hey, there's, only going to be 1,000 pounds of food left for all of, the city of Los Angeles. Guess what? Everybody in Los Angeles is going to do. They're going to start camping outside grocery stores to buy something. Why? Because it's scarcity. And the fact that they see other people camping outside the store, right? People are now going to be more inclined to camp even more. So it creates this almost like this cycle effect of more and more people camping outside of a store for one reason, and that's social proof, right? When people see other people doing something, they're more likely to do it. So what this is this plays into social proof. Now, this is one cognitive bias. Remember that there are hundreds and thousands of cognitive biases that we humans can interpret, but there are about 14 for e-commerce and for businesses, right? Out of the 14, you need about 6 of them on your store or for your customer to experience so that these 6 can work together to then play into the role of you boosting your conversion rates. If you have 4, if you have 3, if you have 2, you have 1, that's when your conversion rates are going to be low. You'll be lucky if you have a 1% conversion rate. You might have 0.5% conversion rate, 0.25%, maybe 0.1%, maybe 0.6%, 0.9%, okay? You want to make sure you boost your conversion rate at the highest level possible, and that's by increasing the cognitive biases. So this is one of the cognitive biases. What's another cognitive bias here? This one. So this is what we call as scarcity. So notice what it says here. It says, hurry, only 13 left in stock. What this will do is that if the consumer has some kind of inkling, some kind of desire, some kind of need for the product, the consumer is going to see that there's a limited stock left, okay? Now, what doubles down on this scarcity is if you scroll here, if the customer is making their decision, should I buy it, should I not buy it? What do they see right under the add to cart or the buy it now? They see real time 30 visitors right now are on the website. If 30 visitors are on the website right now and there's 10 left in stock, what happens is that in their mind, the consumer is going to start thinking, remember, you guys are entrepreneurs, so you guys are not going to be thinking this way because now you guys are exposed to this, okay? But I'm sure when you guys were consumers at one point and you were never in business, right, you probably thought the same way. If there are 18 people on the website and there's only 8 left in stock, I have to hurry to buy this product right now. This is going to double down on the scarcity factor because you're seeing other people on the website which can potentially take your spot, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to add the product to your cart. And guess what? Once you add the product to your cart, you're going to start seeing an upseller. Okay, what this is, this section right here, we haven't selected an actual collection for this section yet, but for this section right here, this is an upsell section where we can list a bunch of products for sale that products, customers also buy something with. So, for example, on Amazon, right, when somebody purchases a product, before you add to the cart or when you add to the cart, it says consumers usually buy this and this and this product or XYZ product with this one because Amazon kind of has a history in that. And what we're going to do is this is referred to as an upsell. Now, an upsell typically is an impulse buy, right? And an impulse buy comes from the cognitive bias of impulsivity factor, right? So what is the impulsivity default or cognitive bias? The impulsivity cognitive bias is something that teaches us that humans are by nature impulsive. When there is a decision that is timed in a timely manner, okay, it makes a huge difference. Now, people might ask me, where's the timing here? Where is the timer? Well, here's the thing, you don't actually need one. Here's the reason why. With this upseller, remember what the consumer was thinking. The whole reason why they added the product to their cart is there was a stock counter here and there was a real-time visitor counter. Now, let me say one thing. You saw that the timer reset here. The amount of time that I'm sitting here talking doesn't take the amount of time for a consumer to purchase a product. They know right away if they want to purchase the product. If you're scared of this ever happening, then make sure you just edit the settings for the timer, which we will do in the future also. But remember that the timer is always active. They saw that the stock is going down. They also saw that visitors are on the page right now. Okay, so from a consumer psychology standpoint, when they hit that add to cart and they see the upsells, that's when impulsivity factor plays in because it gives them a limited chance to buy the product. Remember, impulsivity is when a human being does a decision right off the whim, very, very quickly in a timely manner, when they're being timed, when time matters, okay? So when time matters, that's going to boost into that scarcity phase. It's going to boost into the desire. The person might click on the product page, it might take them to the product page, they might hit add to cart, and then finally check out. Now, for the checkout, there's a whole bunch of things that we could talk about with the checkout. It's a one-click slider, which we'll probably talk about that later. But for now, let's just continue with our design aspects here. So this section right here is I'm actually going to use this for cognitive bias, and I'm going to use this for what was the word? Incentivization factor, right? So incentivization factor is another cognitive bias. And let's talk about really what it is, okay? Incentivization, when you want somebody to do something, right? You incentivize them. For example, when people are training dogs, right? What do? They condition them. They incentivize them. They have, like, let's say, a snack in their hand. They say a command. They say sit or roll over, whatever the command might be. Okay. Well, guess what? Humans are exactly the same way. And when you want somebody to do something, you incentivize them. So, for example, if you want somebody to do a certain job for you, you say, "Hey, I'll pay you." Right? That's an example of incentivizing. Okay. Now, a good example of this is we're going to lead our customers into incentivization to boost our average order value. This average order value, or AOV, is essentially gonna put a higher value on your business. And I'll explain what I mean. Imagine if every customer came to my website and bought this product right here. Well, I could make some kind of deal that says buy 2 or 3 and get a certain percentage off or something like that. And what this is going to do is this is going to incentivize my customer to add more products to the cart so that I can then make a higher average order value, higher yield on, or higher return on my cost per customer, also referred to as my CPC, right? Or cost per click. Basically, what a CPC is it's an advertising measurement of cost. So when I'm advertising on Facebook, on Google, on Pinterest, on Snapchat, wherever I'm advertising, guys, I'm gonna have something called a CPC, right? Or an impression, or impressions per millie, or essentially per thousand. It's a French word, MILLE. Okay, basically what that really means is I'm paying a fee for everybody who either clicks or for 1,000 people who see my website, and I get to choose between the two. So for example, on Facebook, you have the choice to either pay CPC or per impressions, per 1,000 impressions, or per millie, as they say. Okay, and this 1,000 impressions is just as equal to a single click. Okay, so it's not like, one is better than the other. Now, with that being said, okay, all these cognitive biases come together and they create the Lollapalooza effect. Now, what is this Lollapalooza effect? It essentially means that when cognitive biases come together, they're much more powerful. Remember, I said this in the beginning of the episode. I said, guys, when you have many different things coming together, okay, 6 different cognitive biases, that's when you're going to notice a real difference in your conversion rate. If you go with 1 or 2, whatever they're called, 1 or 2 cognitive biases or additions to the website, you're not going to see a tremendous effort. You need tremendous change. You need to add many of these cognitive biases all the way together. Now, notice that this is just a place where I could put an image. The average person here could have just done really anything. They could have just put a picture of a car. And this is what I mean by consumer psychology. We got to understand how consumers think to make the right decisions. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get into the episode. There's 3 minutes left in this episode. I know I kind of rambled a lot, but with that being said, let's just go ahead and figure something out. So let's go ahead and jump into our description. That is something that I promised I would show. So let's go into our products here and let's edit our description. So we have the black Chrome wrap, and this is what we're actually going to edit. Okay, now let's take a look at the default Aliexpress description. It says brand, TL, whatever that says. It says sticker placement, whole body, origin, CN, model, OEM, customized, yes, type, glue sticker. So we know that it's a sticker type material. We know that it does come packaged. We know that, let's see here, the height, this is incorrect because obviously we have variations of height. What else do we have here? So this is essentially telling you what the product is. And this description, I didn't really need to read this without looking at the photos. Like, I could tell what the product is. And this is why AliExpress descriptions fail. And a lot of people just literally just copy and paste AliExpress descriptions as if it's going to help them, right? You need to add information to the listing, to the product, right? That the person wouldn't be able to know without essentially seeing it in the images, okay? So let's go and jump into it. So we know that it's a sticker material, okay? So we're just writing bullets right now. This is not going to be our actual description. Let's just write down bullets. We know that sizes, vary, right? We have a few different options. Let's list out what those options are. We have 152 centimeters by 50 centimeters. We have 152 by 30 centimeters, right? We have 152 by 40 centimeters. And we have 152 by 20 centimeters. So what I really need to do here is I need to figure out what is the consumer thinking, right? When they come up to my website and they see a product for sale, they're probably going to have some questions. In this case, this is a wrap for a Ferrari that's chrome black, okay? Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be for a Ferrari, right? So one consumer might think, hey, does this necessarily have to be for a Ferrari, or can it work on any car? And that's one of the things that I'm going to have to write down, right? Wraps can fit any car model or design. So now, essentially what I did is I'm answering a question that the consumer has, right, without them actually answering the question. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of probably car people who are watching this video right now that are going to be saying, well, it's obvious that this car wrap can fit any car. It doesn't have to be a Ferrari or a Porsche or whatever, right? Well, here's my thing to that. That's actually not exactly true. And if we take our product away from just car wraps, if we fit this into any industry, there's going to be questions that the answers might seem obvious to you as an entrepreneur, as a business person selling the product, but it might not seem so obvious for the actual customer, which is why this exactly matters. As business people, we have to make sure we clearly tell the consumer what the product is. So in this case, we have a car wrap that can fit on any model car, right? So that's something we might want to say first, all right? And I'm going to just put this up here. We have, the sizes that may vary, right? And we have a list of those different sizes. What else can consumers possibly think? Well, does the color fade, right? I might be some kind of novice. I might not know too much. Maybe the wrap colors don't actually fade. So let's go ahead and type that in. So wrap chrome never fades. So basically what fading might mean is that this chrome texture on top of the actual wrap that it's sprayed with might, flake off or fall off, and we could write that it doesn't actually fade, okay? So that's going to be and this line right here is going to do two things. It's going to, number one, answer questions for consumers who are just not sure. And the second thing is it's going to alleviate worries of potential consumers. So somebody who's potentially going to buy might have that one blaring question, right? Maybe they might have purchased a car wrap in the past. Maybe they might have heard stories of different wraps fading. So you want to alleviate that by writing wrap chrome never fades. Now, in this case, you guys might have businesses where you're selling jewelry. You might have businesses where you're selling clothing. You're going to want to think of the same exact questions that people have, okay? So in the leggings community, when people purchase leggings from different businesses, one of the top questions that people ask, and the reason why I know this is because I was in the clothing industry for a very long time and did pretty well with it. It was actually my very first business, is that, a lot of questions that people might have about leggings, for example, is it see-through? That's one of the questions. So there's going to be things, guys, that you want to understand the consumer for. And I'm going to show you guys a little trick here to figure that out. So let's just, I'm going to pull up a new incognito tab here, and we're going to do a little search. We're going to write Chrome Wraps FAQ, right? So frequently asked questions about Chrome wraps. Okay, and here's a blog. It says 7 frequently asked questions about vehicle wraps. Now, why does this matter to me? This matters to me because I want to know, what are people thinking? I want to be able to help people answer their questions. If I answer their questions, I'm more likely to get a customer, right? So how much does a custom car wrap cost? How long can the wrap last? So that's one of the things, right? And the guy says here, a wrap can last, let's see here, 5 to 7 years. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down in my product here. And like I said, you want to do the right research on your specific product. So wraps last 5 to 7 years. And these are typically questions that you would ask your manufacturer or your supplier, okay? let's go back here and let's see if we can answer another one of these questions. Can you wrap a car with paint scratches, dents, or rust? Car wrap film is thin and flexible, which allows it to conform beautifully. It contours of your vehicle, so which applied imperfections like paint chips, it will conform to them, not cover them. Before spending time and money to wrap damaged or rusted vehicle, I recommend repairing it first. Okay, so we're just going to, honestly, I'm just going to copy and paste this here, just so that everybody can kind of understand where I'm coming from with this. Now, in real life, you would want to kind of make this text custom to you a little bit and to your business, but for the sake of time, we only have 24 minutes here, so we're going to keep this kind of the way it is. Let's go ahead and go back here. How do I take care of a car wrap? This is huge. Okay, it says keeping your vehicle wrap clean will preserve its appearance. Car wraps can be washed. You can take the vehicle through brushless car wash or hand wash. Hand waxing your vehicle wrap will also protect it. So we're going to list this out real quick. So we're going to say chrome wraps can be hand washed, brushless car wash, and waxed. Okay, so that might be a question that somebody's having. Can these chrome wraps be, hand wash? Is it hand washable? Can I bring it into a car wash? Can it be out in the rain? So I could write here, rain resistant. Now, like I said, this might be obvious to everybody. A chrome wrap for a vehicle might be obvious to completely everybody that it is rain resistant. But for a consumer, that might not be the case. You really don't know their experience level, especially if somebody has never had a wrap before on their car. They just really might not know, right? And so they need to ask an expert. And everything of the reason why they have, for example, salesmen in the dealership is it's an expensive product. People are going to have a lot of questions about the product before they purchase, okay? So let's go ahead and save our progress thus far. Okay, so we have enough information here. Let's just do some more research and see just some things that we can learn about the wrap. So one of the questions that I have, for example, is, is the wrap heat resistant, or weather resistant? So let's just do some research on that. Let me pull it up here. So does a chrome wrap resist well in heat? So can extreme heat damage your vinyl wrap? It says you need to properly heat vinyl wraps to apply. It's really not what I'm talking about here. Post-heat methods. Can heat damage vinyl wraps? It says heat can definitely damage the quality. To ensure the vinyl wrap of your car lasts as long as possible, looks good the entire time, avoid extreme temperatures at all costs. So that's something that I want to know as a consumer. And so, can extreme temperatures ruin my chrome wrap? And we're going to type in here, yes. Try to avoid extreme temperatures when exposing, my bad guys, exposing your chrome wrapped vehicle to extreme temperatures. So let's go ahead and make sure temperatures. And the reason why my spelling is all jacked up is my microphone is sitting in front of me, so I can't really see the keyboard. But this is good enough here. And this is a good place to start. Now, let's just make sure the format is good here. So let's get rid of this little bullet. Okay? And let's just save our progress. We want this text and this text to be exactly the same. So let's see here. Is this? Okay. Let's remove this. Okay. Now we got to change the font size, obviously. So paragraph, and this is, I believe the font size will be honestly the same. Something that we have to do here is we have to click on the HTML, and I want to see the correct. So here it says hand wash Chrome. What does it say? It says strong. So, and this one is 1.4 font size EM. Okay, so I'm just going to make a change here, guys. So I'm going to remove this. I'm going to copy and paste this part. Put it here. I need to have the same font. All right, so this looks terrible, obviously. We'll remove the bold paragraph, or, you know, we could change this up in a minute. Let's just save our progress, and let's preview here. Website preview. Let's click on our Chrome wrapped, our black Chrome product. So let's click on catalog here. Let's click on our first product. And let's see how this can take a look here. So we have our bullets. Something that I don't want to do is I don't want to have the bullets on exactly. I want to have everything left, so aligned left. And I want to change up some of the looks here. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and remove these bullets. And let's go ahead and have everything aligned left. So I'm gonna highlight everything here, and I'm going to align everything left. Now let's save the progress, and let's take a look about how that looks. Okay, and so you can see here, this, because of my grammar, it looks like it's one big jumbled paragraph, which doesn't look good. So wraps can fit any car, model, or design. Let's go ahead and put a period right there. Chrome wraps, let's just write this way. Chrome wraps can be applied, or will be applied, via sticker adhesive. Okay. Now, let's add, it says sizes may vary. Let's just go ahead and make this smaller text first of all. Okay. We have everything spaced out. We can actually do this, guys. We can go here to, you see how it says, all right, so it says wraps can fit in any car design. If we just copied that and we controlled F, it's right here. We can type in these two, like this little greater than, less than sign, whatever you want to call it, and just write BR here. So this would be like a break. And this might not show here, but when we save our progress, hopefully it shows here. Yeah, okay. So you could see here, you see this line of text right here. This is, now it's almost like a whole paragraph kind of form, which is pretty decent. You know, it could be worse. Now we're going to put emojis, but this is, let's see, sizes vary. This doesn't look good on, like, right here. This doesn't look good here. So we're going to copy and paste this at the bottom. And it's kind of obvious that sizes may vary, but you could, you know, to be honest, you don't really even need this section here. And this is me just thinking out loud, to be honest, because, you know, this is off the cuff. So this is going to be, you know, a little bit harder to do off the cuff, but it doesn't really matter. Chrome wraps last about. So something that I'm also making a mistake is that this should be like an article in a way, almost like a readable, easy article. So what I mean by that is when they're reading here, it should look like an article. It should look like a paragraph that's written that makes people maybe want to read more. Now, it's honestly best case scenario where the consumer doesn't want to read more and they want to just purchase right away. But, you know, this is the real world and consumers do read descriptions. So we have to make it, you know, it has to be right. So Chrome wraps will be, and this is, you know, like I said, article form. Chrome, your Chrome wrap. Your Chrome wrap never fades. Every Chrome wrap lasts about 5 to 7 years. Okay? Chrome wraps can be hand washed. All chrome wraps. Let's go ahead and change that to all chrome wraps can be hand washed, brushless, car washed. Does that even make sense? Car washed and waxed. Okay, so what you guys are seeing here is all chrome. One second, guys. All chrome wraps are rain and snow resistant. Perfect. Okay, so what you guys are seeing here, this section right here, or even all of this, for this type of product right here, this description can go for every single one of my products. So I can copy and paste my products. Something that I do want to make sure is that I want to drive their attention to certain tactics. So I'm going to go ahead and just save this real quick. And let's just view how our website looks. Okay, so you can see here now it's a lot more clean, and it makes a huge difference. So wraps can fit any car, model, or design. So let me just fix that. So once again, regular grammar rules do apply. So I got to make sure this is not capital. And like I said, you guys are watching this. I'm doing this off the cuff, so it's not going to be perfect. And try to always improve. So wraps can fit any car, model, or design. Chrome wraps will be applied via sticker adhesive. Let's just make sure all of these capitals shouldn't exist. That's my mistake. And this is why the wolf theme is a little bit different, because you don't generally see this kind of feature on too many themes, or on any themes rather. This is the only feature I've seen on this theme. All chrome wraps can be hand washed, brushless. Let's go ahead and make these lowercase also. Okay. So perfect. Let's go ahead and refresh this. You guys are doing this with me live, so might as well, right? Wraps can fit any car model or design. Chrome wraps will be applied via sticker adhesive. Your chrome wrap never fades. I feel like there should be an exclamation point there. Okay. Now let's go ahead and reload this again. Okay, every chrome wrap lasts about 5 to 7 years. All chrome wraps can be hand washed, brushless, car washed, and waxed. All chrome wraps are rain and snow resistant. And then you can finish up the rest of your description here. Now, there will be some changes needed with colors and formatting and things like that, but this is good enough for now. What I do want to do is I want to create something that I should create is like a little video of some different cars being wrapped and things like that. I'm going to go ahead and include that in the next episode, so we're going to make sure we get that done. And like I said, guys, I'm not rushing during this series. I'm not, speeding up the process here. I'm going to be taking everything step by step, and I'm not going to be doing any work behind the scenes. And any work that I do behind the scenes, you guys will know about. So the time that I added different photos here, you guys all know about that. The time that I created the logo behind the scenes, you guys all knew about that. The time that I resized all the images, you guys also knew about that. So something that I will do behind the scenes is I will copy and paste or a bulk edit this description to all product descriptions, but I will create the video first, all right? I'll talk to you guys later. See you guys in the next episode.